Finally, football. Patriots will kick it away. Gostkowski will get rid of it. And Dominic Hickson, who has been a nice addition to this Giants team and has been very good returning kicks during the postseason, is waiting for it. He had that 74-yarder for a touchdown in Week 17, final weekend of the regular season against the Patriots. Starting from inside the end zone, crosses the 20 and not much more. Pierre Woods on the stop, 25-yard return. And we now know, Mr. Aikman, where Eli Manning will start his day. And what's it like? You remember that time when you lined up in a huddle for the first time in a Super Bowl as these guys congregate ready for their first play?
Well, I know for me, Joe, it was a very emotional day, and you get out there on the field and you're not really sure how your body's going to react. I know for me personally, I was hyperventilating in the huddle. I was having a hard time calling the plays. You know, Eli, I don't know we're going to get a good read from him just because of the nature of his makeup.
Giants start with a handoff to Brandon Jacobs. First was met by Vrabel. He gets out to the 25 and just beyond, picked up 3. We look at that defense for New England. It ended the year 4th best in the NFL. They play a 3-4. Their linebackers, Troy, are not young, and as Vrabel says, when we play awful, we're old. When we play well, we're experienced. Well, and most of the time they're experienced because they typically play well. They are the playmakers for this 3-4 scheme. 2nd and 7. Delayed handoff to Jacobs.
We're done.
Picked up a yard. That is it. Brandon Jacobs had a 1,000-yard season. He was inactive for 5 games and basically didn't play in 6. So he had a 1,000-yard year in just over 10 games. And there is Bill Belichick, who tries to tie Chuck Noll with his 4th Super Bowl win here tonight. 3rd and 6. Low snap. Manning fires to Burris. First down.
Well, a nice way to start for Eli Manning, completing his first pass to convert a 3rd down. He's there in the slot to the 3 wide receiver side. Randall Gay just sits on the route. Easy job for Plexico Burris just getting inside. I mean, that's just pitch and catch, not contested whatsoever.
Ball at the Giant 42. Play action from Manning. Hedgecock, the fullback, still fighting out across the 45. Troy, they have picked apart the performance. Heck, we have the personality, the leadership ability, the body language of Eli Manning. And yet here he is, has not turned the ball over this postseason. Turned it over a league-high 27 times during the regular season. And if there has been that imaginary corner, he seems to have turned it.
Well, and you know, you look at how he played during the playoffs. If he had turned the ball over in any one of those games, he's probably not here today playing in the Super Bowl.
2nd and 7. Play clock at the top of your screen, down to 1. Jacobs off the right side, picks up a yard. Another 3rd down coming up for Eli.
And I think right now there's no question that the New York Giants want to be able to run the football. So much of what they do within the passing game is built off their ability to run the ball, play action. You know, you think back to the last time these two teams met, they were able to run the ball, but most of it came in the second half. In fact, Brandon Jacobs in that game had 7 carries in the first half for only 7 yards. And so typically in a game like this, the running is very tough sledding. As you stay committed to it, things will start to open up more as the game progresses.
3rd and 6. Manning with time, completes to Smith. First down, New York. And Eli Manning has converted 2 third downs. He's 2 for 2.
Well, they do a good job up front. They're going to bring pressure to Eli Manning's front side, but they blocked it up, and that's why Eli Manning was comfortable in the pocket, confident, a good route. You know, again against Randall Gay. You know, Steve Smith, the rookie who missed 11 games this season.
Here's the injury. Both Randall Gay and Rodney Harrison were banged up. Both got up and walked off the field. First down for the Giants. Jacobs. More room to run, and he lowered his shoulder as he crossed the 40. He just blew right through Brandon Merriweather and lowered that right arm as he picked up 7.
They do a good job up front of holding ground with Vince Wilfork in the middle. He's the big guy that they've got to be able to keep from being a factor within the run game. And you know, Brandon Jacobs for the last couple of weeks, and you virtually see it every single time he runs the football, you know, going right through Merriweather, and you know, he's bigger than virtually every player on the field except Vince Wilfork.
Rodney Harrison back in the lineup for the Patriots after being banged up. Here's Ahmad Bradshaw, who darts and ducks and is very close to first down yardage. Depends on where they mark it, and we'll go down to Pam Oliver.
Well, Joe, I got into word with Giants offensive coordinator Kevin Gilbride. He told me how he hoped to call this game in the early going. He said if he felt his quarterback had a handle on his nerves, he wanted to take some shots early. Otherwise, he'd play it conservatively until Eli got into a groove. Back to you.
Yeah, and you look at the way that he's calling the game right now. I mean, with the way Eli is throwing the football, converting a couple of third downs, I mean, that for a young quarterback against a veteran team, that goes a long way. I mean, you're talking about coming out here on your first possession in a Super Bowl, and to be able to get in this kind of rhythm, I got to imagine Eli Manning is feeling pretty confident right now.
Third down and inches. Delayed handoff to Bradshaw, first down, and he still won't go down inside the 30. How about this rookie?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Ahmad Bradshaw did not play in that last game of the season against the New England Patriots. So this is their first time to get a chance to see what he's all about. I mean, for a little guy, you can see the explosion that he is. That's Ty Warren, a defensive tackle, that he's moving out. I mean, he's got unbelievable power, great quickness, tremendous elusiveness within the pocket. Just a nice run and a nice first down.
10th play of this drive. First down at the New England 29. Manning throws. Boss juggled it and couldn't hang on. It wasn't going to be much of a gain anyway on that completion had Boss hauled it in, and Eli says, my fault. 2nd and 10. A blitz from Harrison. Jacobs runs away from it, and Brandon Jacobs picks up 3. He also told us more than once, defensively, we have to bother these receivers getting off the line of scrimmage, and we have to bother and disrupt Eli Manning. And whether you talk about these 4 games or not, 3 or 4 games for a defensive coordinator or a coach like Belichick, that's not enough. It's not enough to strike fear in a defense. Manning needs to show him he can do it here tonight.
Well, the one thing he's getting already here in this first possession is pretty good protection.
Third down and 7. Another blitz. Manning throws and completes for another first down. 3 for 3 on third down.
Well, the New England Patriots try to bring pressure with Eugene Wilson, the safety. You're going to see him back here. And Eli Manning is able to slide to his right and still find Steve Smith for the first down. I tell you, Steve Smith, we spoke about him just a moment ago, and he just has a great feel for knowing where the holes are within these zones. And Eli Manning, no question, he has great confidence in knowing where he's going to be.
Word on Randall Gay, who left with the arm injury. His return is questionable. That's a big piece of this defense that could be missing for the Patriots. Manning throws, end zone, Burris, tipped and incomplete. Ellis Hobbs got his hands on it.
Well, you got Plexico Burris, who's going to go to the post, and you see Ellis Hobbs. He was able to beat Ellis Hobbs the last time these two teams played. Double coverage, Eugene Wilson underneath. The only place that Eli had a chance to even fit that one in was up high, where only Plexico could get to it. Fortunate that that ball wasn't intercepted.
Already the Giants have done what they wanted to do with his first possession. They've had it for just under 8.5 minutes. 14th play of this drive, trying to keep the ball away from Brady. Jacobs to the edge, can't get there. Hobbs was there. He had help from Adalys Thomas.
Well, you think back to that championship game for New England when they played the San Diego Chargers. For much of the year, they had struggled in stopping teams once they got down inside the red zone. However, very few teams got inside the red zone against them, but in that Chargers game 2 weeks ago, that's really the reason why they were able to win that ball game. They kept them out of the end zone, and I know that going back to the last game between these two teams, the reason that the Giants were able to build the lead that they were able to was because they were able to get the touchdowns down here.
Hobbs and others on that defense breathing hard. 3rd and 10. Manning with time, completes to Smith, but short of a first down. So again, Troy, this New England defense lets an opponent into the red zone, and then they shut it down, and a field goal try is coming from Lawrence Tynes.
Yeah, that's a good job for New England defensively. I'm sure that Bill Belichick is not going to be happy about the fact that the Giants were able to convert those 3rd downs and move the football, but when it was all said and done, to hold them to 3 points, that was a win for them.
Tynes, who hit the overtime winner in the NFC Championship game in that unbelievably cold night in Green Bay, will try from 32. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick. A long drive put together by Tom Coughlin's offense. Kevin Gilbride is the offensive coordinator on the left. He's really had a hot hand during the postseason, and Eli Manning put together a drive that lasted just under 10 minutes, which is a big deal, Troy, when you're taking on Tom Brady in this very diverse offense for the Patriots.
Well, you got that many young players for the New York Giants, and to be able to move the ball the way that they were able to, I mean, I've got to believe that everybody was able to settle down quite a bit.
This is Maroney, who's back returning kicks now during the postseason, taking it from just outside the end zone and getting to the edge. Tynes forces him out. Big return by Maroney. 43 yards and good starting field position. Well, a good start now for New England after the return of 43 yards by Maroney. Patriots will start at their own 44, and for this Giants defense, they don't want to start trading 3s for 7s, field goals for touchdowns, and we'll see how they get on here against this New England offense, which was the highest scoring offense in the history of the league. 589 points, 50 touchdown passes from Tom Brady. They fake a reverse, and Brady in trouble, throws low from Maroney. Good pressure on Tom Brady, who just, Troy, got that ball away.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you start a game with a play like that, you've got to be able to have some time. They're anticipating that the Giants are going to overplay the run there, the misdirection, but you got Barry Cofield, who gets right up inside. That's one of the things he's done a great job of all season long, of getting an inside push. It's going to be important throughout this game so that Tom Brady does not have a place to step up in the pocket.
2nd and 10. Hand off to Maroney, and Maroney picks up 8.5. Let's talk about this defense, and you can't say enough for the job done by Steve Spagnuolo, the first-year defensive coordinator who learned at the foot of the master of the blitz, Jim Johnson, with the Eagles.
Yeah, and he hasn't veered very far from that philosophy. I mean, there's a lot of people who would say, well, the Giants need to get pressure on Tom Brady by rushing 4 people and then dropping 7 guys into coverage. But, Steve Spagnuolo, he's going to do what he does, and a big part of that is bringing pressure regardless. I know that Bill Belichick said that he could have had 3 weeks to prepare for this team, and they wouldn't have been ready.
Maroney picks up a first down for the Patriots.
We're done.
Good push up front by the Giants defense, but Maroney took it to the left side, picked up 5, and gets the first down of the night for the Patriots.
Yeah, and Lawrence Maroney, I mean, he's had an interesting year because he missed a little time with a groin injury earlier in the season, and then he went through a period to where the Patriots were throwing the ball so much that he wasn't getting utilized, but he has been effective, and he has run hard here over the last 3 to 4 games they've played.
Brady with all day over the middle, throws low. 2nd and 10. Brady, stalwart to the 35. Picked up 7. Antonio Pierce on the tackle, the very active middle linebacker for the Giants.
You know, and to follow up on that, Joe, what's interesting is that he said going into this game that the ankle is not a factor. I know when we had a chance to visit with him, it was bothering him a lot. I mean, I was surprised by that. I thought that, all the talk about his ankle a week ago, that we would sit down with him and he'd say, nah, it's fine. But it was a real factor, and I've got to believe that even though he's saying it's okay, that it's still going to be cumbersome for him. But like you said, I mean, moving around is not part of what he does.
Play clock at 2. 3rd down and 3. A floater for Welker, first down, New England. Inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line, and Wes Welker was incredible in his first year with the Patriots this season.
Well, and this is what he does so well. I mean, you can see the quickness. He gets a guy over pursuing there, Dockery, and then back outside. And, Kevin Dockery is a guy who's missed a lot of time. He did play in the Tampa Bay playoff game, but prior to that, he had missed about 4 games. And they feel that he has the quickness to match up with Wes Welker. Sure didn't look like it there.
Handoff is to the fullback, Heath Evans. A gain of 2. Let's go down to Chris Myers.
Well, Joe, Troy was talking about Tom Brady's ankle. He tried to practice with a brace but didn't like it, didn't think it was comfortable. He has no special wrap on that particular ankle, and according to the team, they thought he was healthy. He told us that when he planted his feet, it might affect the deep throw. Offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels told me in pregame warmups, though, that each day in practice since Wednesday, Troy, when he talked to us and Joe, that he felt better and his mobility was better. But the Patriots will be watching closely throughout the game the way he plants his feet and how painful that ankle might become as the game wears on.
Thanks, Chris. 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun. Falk out of the backfield. What a weapon. Tripped up and marked down right at the first down marker. Madison made the tackle. And it depends on the spot as to whether it's enough for a first down.
The Patriots ran so many of these types of plays in that first game. Sam Madison doing a good job of fighting off Jabbar Gaffney there and making a play. Had he not have been able to get him down there, I'm not so sure that Aaron Ross would have been able to make that play. But the Patriots, they get you thinking deep down the field, and you get so concerned about dropping people deep that then they come out with a quick hitter like that. As we well know, they're very difficult to defend because of all the things that they can do.
Falk got enough for the first down. Now it's the Patriots in the red zone. Brady fires high for Benjamin Watson, the tight end. Troy, if the safeties are going to be bothered in this game, certainly with Randy Moss, I would imagine somewhat with Wes Welker, you would think the middle of the field could be open for a guy like Benjamin Watson.
Yeah, I mean, so many times you focus on those other guys. I mean, you can't double everybody, and we know that. And Randy Moss is going to get a lot of attention, Wes Welker, as you said. So when you do that, now you're getting one-on-one in the other positions, whether that's Ben Watson or whether that's Kevin Falk. Those are the guys that then become key.
Moss with only 1 catch per game so far in the postseason, and Falk was surprised by that pass from Brady and then got surprised by Kavika Mitchell.
Yeah, and here's what they're doing to Randy Moss right now. They're playing inside out on him. They got Corey Webster, who's going deep, and then they got safety help with Eugene Wilson. Tom Brady was looking for him, wanting to get the ball into his hands, and then had to come underneath. We talked about it when the Giants had the ball. These are the areas of the field. These are the downs that become critical.
3rd down and 10. Brady, time was running out, end zone, and a flag. Benjamin Watson, the intended receiver, and he was face guarded by Antonio Pierce.
Well, that was an easy call, too. You're going to have Antonio Pierce, who's running with him up the middle.
Pass interference. Defense, number 58. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic. First down.
You know, contact, you have to be able to get turned and play the football. You cannot just run into a defender or run into a receiver and not be playing the ball. Now, when Antonio Pierce got up, he turned to James Butler and acted as if he thought that he should have been getting some help from him. And I know going back to that last game between these two teams, James Butler busted coverage a couple of times, which were costly in that one.
Linebacker Mike Vrabel is in on offense as Brady hands to Maroney. Maroney does not get in. Maroney inches away as the Patriots look for the first touchdown of Super Bowl 42, and if it does happen on this drive, it'll happen in the second quarter. Fewest in Super Bowl history, only 2 possessions in the first quarter. There were 10 last year between the Bears and the Colts. The Giants had a 16-play drive in New England so far, 11 plays, 55 yards, and just over 5 minutes off the clock.
Well, and then that plays to the Giants, because in talking with Tom Coughlin and a number of the players, I mean, they want to shorten the game. I mean, it's that was pretty short.
Maroney right side, touchdown New England.
This offensive line, the last time these two teams met, Stephen Neal and Nick Kazir did not play. That's where they took this one. Kyle Brady was able to shield him just enough, and then some tough running by Lawrence Maroney.
Low snap, extra point good, 7-3 New England. The New England Patriots gave up 3, turned around and scored 7. Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, going over things with Brady and the offense as Gostkowski kicks one sideways out of bounds, and that means that the Giants will start at their own 40.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball will be placed 40-yard line. First down.
She's here with the quarterback, Gisele Bündchen. Got some flowers last week, and there's Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy. They're all out. Super Bowl, Troy, it brings them out.
You gave me a look like Gisele should not be with the quarterback.
No, I know who I'm standing next to. 3 rings to my right. 1st and 10, starting at their own 40. Brandon Jacobs picks up 3. 2nd and 7. Manning has started 5 for 7. A blitz was picked up, and Plexico Burress makes the catch, and now they're saying incomplete as the ball popped out. Incomplete pass instead of either A, catch and fumble, or B, catch and down by contact.
Well, they run Mike Vrabel trying to get him underneath Plexico Burress. He has the ball, but he's just not able to hang on to it. You know, the Giants came into this game leading the National Football League in drop passes. You know, that would have been for a first down.
Ellis Hobbs, the one who knocked it out. There was word during the week that Burress, who's been dealing with a high ankle sprain and some ligament tears, was dealing with a knee injury as well. They need him to be healthy. He's their big play guy, as he proved in Green Bay. 3rd and 7. Another blitz. Brandon Jacobs picks it up, and Manning just airs it out for Toomer, who makes the catch. Manning just heaved it, and Amani Toomer made a play on the sideline for 38 yards.
Yeah, we'll take a look and see if he had his feet in bounds. And he did. Nice job by Amani Toomer. He's had a couple of those receptions here in this postseason this year. You know, Brandon Jacobs, this ball doesn't get out if he doesn't get over and pick up the blitz.
That was Merriweather coming on the blitz, and Jacobs, who has worked hardest on blitz pickup, just drilled him. Now Jacobs gets to carry it to the 15, picks up 4.
You know, that looked a lot like Tom Brady earlier in the year when he'd just throw it up there to Randy Moss. I mean, Eli Manning was on his back foot, just throwing it as best he could. Toomer getting away with a hand to the face mask there to create separation. That's an excellent job on Amani Toomer's part, making the catch, locating the football, but more importantly, keeping his feet in bounds.
2nd down and 6. Play clock is about to expire. A blitz, and they're going to throw the flag. A little too nonchalant getting up under center was Eli Manning.
Delay. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
I tell you, I don't know that I see a team more than the Giants get more delay penalties. It's unbelievable. I mean, the plays have got to get in, first of all, but then secondly, the quarterback has to be able to know where the play clock is and how much time is left. Sometimes that even means you can't change the play at the line of scrimmage or make any protection call changes.
Well, they had the play clock down to 5, and they reset it. And big brother Peyton was saying, come on, Eli, speed it up. And he got under center, and by the time he got the snap, it was too late. Play clock now at 10. 2nd and 11. Extra men on the rush. The pass is complete. And a quick hit by Asante Samuel. David Tyree on the reception, good for 5. 3rd down coming up.
Tell you right now, these backs for the Giants are doing an excellent job of picking up the blitzes. Ahmad Bradshaw steps up. That was Junior Seau that was trying to get through the gap. We saw it earlier with Brandon Jacobs, and you know, at least now they've gotten it to a manageable 3rd down.
Third and 5. Manning throws. It's tipped into the air and intercepted by Ellis Hobbs. Ahmad Bradshaw forces him out. And that is the first interception thrown since Eli Manning threw an interception to Ellis Hobbs in week 17 of the regular season.
Yeah, and this ball, you can see Steve Smith just getting out of his break, and it was a ball that was coming in pretty hard.
Aerial coverage tonight presented by Budweiser. Ferris wheel in the distance, and we have University of Phoenix Stadium all lit up on the outside. It's a shame the roof is closed on what is a cool, pretty night here in the Phoenix area. Eli Manning throws the pick off the hands of Steve Smith. A screen for Maroney. Out across the 40 to the 41, picked up 8, and we go back to the interception off the hands of Steve Smith.
Yeah, this is a little better look as far as what Steve Smith was dealing with. He runs a pretty good route here, starts to the outside and then comes underneath. There's a void there, but the ball gets on him awfully quick. A ball that he certainly could have caught. But you can tell there, a fast ball down low, and trying to pick it up from that distance as a wide receiver, not an easy catch, but one he could have made.
For Ellis Hobbs, his 3rd interception in his last 4 games. That includes the end of the regular season finale at Giant Stadium. 2nd and 2. Maroney tries the left side, and there's nothing there. First guy there was Jabril Wilson, who is playing the free safety spot. Jabril during the week Asked his coach Steve Spagnuolo, who was with the Eagles, for the cell phone number of Brian Dawkins, who's one of the best safeties in the NFL.
Yeah, and Eugene Wilson, he has been playing pretty well. I mean, I know that the Patriots want to try to match him up in coverage and see if they can't take advantage of him, but in run support, he has been outstanding.
3rd down and 1. Tight formation, handoff to Maroney. Good pressure up front by the defensive line, and OCU Manura was the first one there.
That's a great stop right there for the New York Giants on 3rd down. After the interception, you're going to see the push right here in the middle. You got James Butler coming off the corner, which kept him from being able to get to the outside. Just an excellent stop by the Giants defensively.
Chris Hansen will punt it. McQuarters waits for it. Line drive punt. Chance for McQuarters to run a little bit. Good return out near his own 37. Derek Manning putting those pieces together. The ball at the 36 for Eli Manning, fresh off that interception. Put it right back in his right hand, and he's got nowhere to go except down. Jarvis Green was in there along with Lee Keevan Smith.
They do a pretty good job on the outside on Plexico Burress. Again, Ellis Hobbs on coverage with him. Trying to get to the inside, unable to, and as Manning not able to go to Plexico Burress, then just trying to find somebody. And when you start running around in the pocket, you know, like that against an aggressive defensive front like New England, you're going to have some problems.
Loss of 3 on that sack, 2nd and 13. And a fumble on the handoff. No signal yet. It looked like Pierre Woods got on top of it. And this is exactly what the Giants had not done this postseason, turn it over. Manning says it stays with the Giants. Still no signal. Now there is, and the Giants maintain possession. And I don't know how Pierre Woods, number 58, didn't come away with it. Bradshaw fell on it after not securing the handoff from Eli Manning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the Patriots weren't able to recover this one either. It's put in the right place. You can just see Ahmad Bradshaw just does not secure the exchange. And Ahmad Bradshaw, obviously a rookie, but a guy who's been pretty sure-handed with the football most of the season. Hasn't had a fumble since the 2nd week of the year. But right there, I mean, Wood has a chance to make a play on it. You know, it's just great hustle by Ahmad Bradshaw being able to get that one away from him.
Yeah, it slid out a little, and Ahmad Bradshaw ripped it the rest of the way. Giants trying to set up a screen, and it's not there. Ahmad Bradshaw, the intended receiver, and Richard Seymour was in the face of Eli Manning, and that drive for the Giants went nowhere.
Well, no, it went nowhere, but I tell you, they got to be pretty thankful that at least Jeff Fiegels is coming out to punt. I mean, the one turnover down in the red zone is one thing. You fail to come away with any kind of points. You give the ball to the New England Patriots down here, you can pretty much count on them coming away with 7.
8:44 left in the half. Still a 4-point game as Fiegels will punt, and Wes Welker is waiting deep. Fiegels, now the oldest player ever to participate in a Super Bowl, drives Welker back to the 15. Welker out to the 29-yard line. New England will start at their own 30. Last time they had the ball, it was a 3-and-out. There's Bill Belichick in the middle of that defensive huddle over on the Patriots bench.
Yeah, and that's where you'll always see him when the defense comes off the field, making adjustments in game after each possession.
Handoff is to Maroney, and he's brought down by Justin Tuck. A gain of only 1. I mentioned that 3-and-out the last time the Patriots had it. It was only the 3rd time that's happened this postseason. 2nd and 9. Brady in trouble. Down he goes. Kavika Mitchell was in. Strahan. And they converged on Brady, who almost got out of there.
Yeah, well, you're going to see Kavika Mitchell. He's going to act as if he's not coming. He starts up, then he throws back as if he's going to go into coverage. And by doing that, then he's able to get pressure because the offensive lineman didn't know that he was going to be coming in on the blitz. Strahan then off the edge. You know, initially, before the snap, the Giants were showing they were going to bring everybody. Some of those guys dropped into coverage. Kavika acted as if he was going to do the same, and then he was able to get a clear shot at Brady.
3rd down and 17. Brady in trouble again. Justin Tuck. Steve Neal is having a tough time getting back up.
Well, watch Justin Tuck. He's in here in the middle. He does a great job. They overload the side with Osi Umenyiora and Justin Tuck, and he's able to get a clear shot as well. Good job defensively right there by the New York Giants.
Now Hansen will punt it away, so it's back-to-back 3 and outs. And Hansen hits one off the side of his foot. McQuarters picks up that dangerous bounce, and the Giants will start with it outside their own 40. Not only has Randy Moss been shut out, Troy, they haven't even thrown to him tonight. He has 1 catch in each postseason game coming into this Super Bowl. So the Giants are doing to him what the Jaguars did, and then the Chargers did.
Yeah, but it's not all about just saying, well, he's getting double covered, because every game he ever plays in, there's going to be 2 defenders over the top of him, and yet, you know, he still had a heck of a season. So they can find ways to get him the ball.
Handoff is to Jacobs, and Brandon is inches shy of the 45, picked up 2. Let's go down to Chris Myers.
The defensive-minded head coach of the Patriots, Bill Belichick, is watching closely now. After the initial Giant offensive series, he spent the entire Patriot offensive series huddled, going over things with his defense. In fact, the last 2 series when his offense has been out on the field, he's been going over things with his defense on the bench, working his way, talking to the defensive line, the linebackers, going over the chalkboard. And even when Tom Brady went down, Bill Belichick did not look up.
Bill Belichick, who spent 12 years as an assistant with the Giants. His defense facing a 2nd and 8. Handoff to Bradshaw, and Ahmad Bradshaw breaks loose for a 1st down. To the 42, a 13-yard run. Harrison on the tackle for the Patriots.
They do a good job of picking up Junior Seau. They're inside. Again, he's going to try to shoot the gap, which is something that he likes to do. They seal it off, and that allows Bradshaw then to get on the corner. You can see some of the quickness that he has. Not a big hole there, but he finds it, and then finishes the run.
Under 5.5 to play in the half. Giants scored first. They trail by 4 as Jacobs takes it down inside the 40. 4-yard run. So Bradshaw on the sideline watching Brandon Jacobs, who is 6'4", 264, and bigger than all the linebackers for the Patriots except Adalys Thomas. Carry it for 4. Coming up at halftime, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers will rock the Super Bowl. The Bridgestone Super Bowl 42 halftime show is coming up less than 5 minutes away on the game clock. 2nd and 6. Jacobs on the left side. Bowls his way for a 1st down. Ran right over Teddy Bruschi. 1st down, New York.
Yeah, New England was anticipating that they were going to run the football, only run it to the other side. They dropped the safety down, creating the 8th guy. The Giants ran away from him, and as a result, were able to pick up a big gain.
When you take a step back and you realize how this game has unfolded, the Giants couldn't have hoped for a better first half of football. I know they trailed by 4. They've done the job for the most part defensively, and it's a low-scoring game as Bradshaw His left knee went down as he got it inside the 30. They'll mark him just shy of the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. I mean, you look at the way that this first half has played out. Obviously disappointed that they weren't able to come away with any kind of points, with the interception. But, unlike the first time these two teams met, which was pretty much an offensive assault, it's been more defense. But the Giants have been able to move the football. I think that, they felt good coming in with what they would be able to do. And they're doing a nice job, and because their defense has played as well as it has, they're right in this game, which is where they want to be.
38-35 was the final. Patriots winning in Week 17. We're not headed toward that type of score tonight. Bradshaw started to the right, cut it up to the 25-yard line. Third down coming up after a gain of 3. Seymour on the tackle for the Patriots. 3 minutes left in the half. Pat Flaherty is the offensive line coach for the Giants, and he has done a terrific job for Tom Coughlin. This is a very underrated group, and they are showing just that here tonight. Third down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Manning in trouble. He has it knocked out of his hands. Batted forward, and Smith rolls away with a football. A penalty flag is down on the play. Adalys Thomas knocked it out. Steve Smith ended up with the football, and a flag came in mid-play.
Well, here it is. Adalys Thomas, he just gets right around David Dill, and Eli Manning never sees him coming, and Thomas does what he does best and goes right for the ball.
By New York. However, there's a legal bat by the offense, number 44. From the previous spot, 10-yard penalty, remains third down.
So they get Ahmad Bradshaw when the ball was loose, and it looked like might have been heading out of bounds right here. Bradshaw with an illegal bat forward, and then it was a heads-up play by Steve Smith, being alert, seeing the ball, and rolling to the sideline with it in his arms.
Well, no question, and Ahmad Bradshaw trying to bat it out of bounds. He didn't intend for it to stay in play, but Steve Smith being alert and then going after it. And they've had, if they turn the ball over there, then again another missed opportunity. Not that the penalty, I mean, that's going to hurt them enough as it is, but they've gotten down in here now a couple of times, and you think at how tight this first half has been, and just missed opportunities once they've gotten inside the red zone.
Brings up third down and 18. And if you consider that the Giants have to get the ball to the 21-yard line of New England, instead of going for the first down and all of it, you may be more content with biting off some yardage and giving Tynes a better opportunity at a makeable field goal.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the approach for Eli Manning right now. Unlikely that he's going to be able to get enough for a first down, but it's conceivable that they can hit something at about 10 yards and then be in his range.
With 2 minutes left, Manning throws, and it's nearly picked off by Randall Gay, who is back in the game, and now he gets up grabbing his left arm. 4th and 18 for Fiegels, who's the best ever in this category, downing the ball inside the 20. The Giants now have had 17 plays in New England territory and come away with a total of 3 points. The Patriots, when they get it back, will have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, and one of the best ever at operating the 2-minute offense in Brady at the controls. Falk with a fair catch at the 11. Patriots have it at their own 11, leading by 4. And for New England, last 2 possessions, 6 plays, -7 yards, and you have to credit the Giants defense, and in particular Steve Spagnuolo, of putting these guys in the right spot.
Well, there's no question. I mean, already the Patriots have punted as many times as they did in the entire game the last time these two teams met. Right now, this is very critical. It's critical for the New York Giants that they not give up any points going in at halftime. I mean, you look over the stats and what teams are able to do if they are able to come away with points at the end of a half, specifically the first half. I mean, it's huge as far as changing the momentum of a game.
How about Brady in particular during the regular season? This offense scored 90 points in the last 2 minutes of each half, by far the most in the NFL. This is where they are in some ways at their best. Brady is hit as he let it go, and it does not get to Randy Moss, and Brady ends up on the ground, hit by Jabril Wilson, the safety coming on a blitz.
Yeah, and that's part of what we talked about earlier is Jabril Wilson, 28. I mean, he comes in there, they bring two. They bring Dockery inside as well, which is why Kevin Falk has to pick him up. And then Brady has to try to get the ball out quick and just not able to get enough on it. But Steve Spagnuolo, we saw in the previous possession that Justin Tuck was able to get pressure. We saw Osi Umenyiora getting pressure, and yet he still is dialing up the secondary blitzes.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the Giants handle the rest of this half with their timeouts. If they get a big play here, which they get. And now the Giants can spend a timeout, which they do. That's only their first timeout taken as Justin Tuck brought down Maroney, a loss of 3, and now it's shifting back to the Giants, who may get a shot to get some points before the half. A minute 35 left. Our Sobe Lifewater halftime report is coming up. Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy have showered and toweled off from that long pregame. They'll have their analysis of the first half, and then Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And Coughlin got the stop defensively. Burns his first timeout. And now the Patriots are faced with 3rd and 13.
Well, you just look at this defensive front. They have won inside the trenches. The Patriots hoped they could get a shot down the field on first down, get something, get a first down. They didn't want to have to give the ball back to the Giants here before the half.
They fake a handoff to Falk. They throw it to Dante Stallworth, who's got a first down. And now the Patriots go back on the attack. They hurry it up and get to the line as there's under a minute 20 left in the half.
And that's how quickly it changes. I mean, all of a sudden the Patriots are hoping that they can pick up some kind of first down, not give it back, and now they're right back in striking mode.
Brady hit again as he let it go, and too far from Moss, and obviously no problem for Brady to step into that throw. That was a laser down the sideline, and Tuck had pressure on Brady.
Yeah, and here's the quick wide receiver screen that picked up the first down. Dante Stallworth, and then Welker comes across. That's legal, and makes the block. They were in man coverage underneath, and because he's able to take the guy covering Dante Stallworth, that's why there was so much room to pick up the first down.
That was an 18-yard completion to Stallworth on 3rd and 13. Inside handoff to Falk, and a penalty flag comes flying in. Strahan on the tackle. We'll get the call from Mike Carey.
Holding. Offense number 84. 10-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So now you tack on a 10-yard penalty. And the Giants have to think about another stop here on 2nd down and maybe hope to get the ball back. There's the hold right there on Antonio Pierce by Benjamin Watson.
Yeah, what a good call, too, by New England. I mean, that was a big gain there on their part, and then now it comes back. If they're able to make, if they're able to hold them here and not give up many yards, then you've got to believe that the Giants are going to look at trying to maybe get the ball back into their hands and give it one more shot themselves.
Second and 12. And now a timeout taken by New England. With 59 seconds left in the half. And Brady will come over and talk about it. You look at the Giants in their Super Bowl history. You go back to Super Bowl 21. Giants beat Denver 39-20. The MVP was Phil Simms, who was on fire. 25 passes, 22 completions. Super Bowl 25, the Giants 20, the Bills 19, and then Super Bowl 35, the Ravens 34, the Giants 7. And that's the Super Bowl that obviously Michael Strahan still has the taste of in his mouth, and the same for Amani Toomer, who told his teammates before this game, don't just be happy with getting in the Super Bowl, go out there and win it. 2nd and 12. Kevin Falk was shaken up on that last play, so New England took a timeout to keep him out on the field. 2nd and 12. Low throw for Welker. Makes a good catch, crosses the 30 and gets popped. And the clock continues to run as Fred Robbins made the play. Gain of 8. 3rd down coming up, and both teams letting the clock run.
Well, because of this being 3rd down, if the Patriots are able to pick it up, then you can bet they're going to have some urgency.
Falk makes the catch and has a 1st down for New England. And now the Patriots will spend the timeout. Patriots with their Super Bowl history. Super Bowl 20. That 46-10 loss to the Bears. Super Bowl 31, the loss to Brett Favre, but then the roll. Super Bowl 36 over St. Louis, 38 over Carolina, and their last try was Super Bowl 39 in Jacksonville, a 3-point win over Philadelphia. What a run it has been with this combination of Robert Kraft with his son Jonathan to his left, chairman and CEO, and a great partnership, Troy, with his head coach Bill Belichick. And the nexus of this team, you add Tom Brady into the mix, and as Brady says, we're not going anywhere.
No, they're not, and Bill Belichick's not going anywhere. I know in visiting with him, a lot of these coaches, after they've had the success that he's been able to have, they start looking to retire. He thoroughly enjoys every part of his job.
1st down, New England. Brady has to step up. Throws from Moss, who has his 1st of the game. And out of bounds with a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
You're going to see Moss. He starts to the inside. They've got Kevin Dockery who's on him, and all the room out there to the sideline for Tom Brady to lay it out there. And great protection up front. Strahan was coming off the edge, but because there was no inside push, he could step up and deliver the ball.
20 seconds left in the half, and the ball's knocked loose. Strahan was in there, Tuck was in there, and Umanura's fighting for the football. And the Giants take over. Umanura won that fight for the ball, and with 10 seconds left in the half, now each team, as Tuck knocked it out, each team has turned it over once.
Well, what a great job by Justin Tuck. They've just not been able to control him. No matter where they put him, he's been able to take advantage and get pressure on Tom Brady. They needed a play. Justin Tuck is able to provide it. And now you've got to believe that the Giants are going to at least take one shot, trying to get in a position to where they can attempt a field goal before the end of the half.
10 seconds left. Giants have 2 timeouts remaining, just so you know. The ball is at the New England 49.
I mean, really remarkable. As much success as this Patriot team had against the Giants the last time they met, the Giants defensively are having their way right now.
Patriots come on a blitz. Manning over the middle, and he threw behind Steve Smith. 5 seconds left in the half, and let's go back to that hit on Tom Brady.
Well, Justin Tuck, I mean, he has been the MVP of this defensive front. Nobody's really been able to block him here over the second half of the season. He comes off the corner, and then as Tom Brady brings his arm back to deliver the throw, he goes for the football.
How about his night here in Super Bowl 42? 6 tackles, 2 sacks, and now a forced fumble.
They just got him signed up to a long-term deal, rightfully so. He would have been the starter this year had Michael Strahan not come back for training camp, and this year they're happy Strahan did. But now they found themselves another great player to rush the passer.
You saw Randy Moss, who is deep, as we expect a Hail Mary, and now a timeout is taken by New England. And you talk about pressure on Tom Brady. It has been there pretty much since the start.
Yeah, and what's been typical, though, Joe, is they've done it a lot of different ways. I mean, Justin Tuck obviously has been a big part, but as we saw there with Jabril Wilson, they brought Kevin Dockery. I mean, they kind of do what they do, and they don't worry so much about the skill players. I know when this team played the Dallas Cowboys in the divisional game, you know, Dallas had a bunch of weapons, and yet they still came after them, and that was with a depleted secondary. And now against the best offense in all of football, you know, they're finding ways to get pressure, and they don't care if at times that means they're going to be one-on-one outside.
Steve Spagnuolo, their defensive coordinator, said, we didn't show New England everything, by the way. We had a postseason game the next week against Tampa Bay, and we kept some things close to the vest. The Patriots are seeing it all tonight. 2nd and 10. Should be the last play of this first half. They roll Manning to buy him some time, and into the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete. And in a rematch of a game that ended in week 17, 38-35 in favor of the Patriots, it's 7-3 New England at the half in Super Bowl 42. The Sobe Lifewater halftime report is coming up. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers will be a part of that. Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy.
Troy, we've talked a lot already about this defense for the New York Giants. This was a record-setting offense in so many different ways for New England during the regular season, but what a job they've done so far halfway through this game.
Unbelievable. I mean, New England takes their first possession, they go down and get a touchdown, and after that they've just not been able to do anything. Held them to 81 yards total offense here in the first half. A team that averaged over 400 yards of offense in the regular season. A big part of that clearly is the pressure that they've been able to get on Tom Brady. You can tell that he's out of his rhythm. He's not able to set up and make the throws, and on the back end they're doing a good enough job until the pressure can get to him.
And the defense evened up the turnover ratio in this game. Each side now has turned the ball over one time, and the Giants during the regular season, that was something that was just a killer for New York. They were -9 overall in turnover ratio. They were fortunate to get on a couple of fumbles, and that helped keep this score down like it is.
Yeah, and I think that if you look at the Giants, I mean, this game has unfolded the way that they would hope that it would. I mean, if they had been able to come away with points when they got down in there, even if they were just field goals, I mean, they were leading this ball game. But I've got to believe when you look at the New England Patriots, all the weapons that they have, the explosiveness that they have from the offensive standpoint, that they are happy coming out in the second half with where this game is.
Well, this record-setting offense, as we talked about just a moment ago, this was a New England group that put up 589 points during the regular season. That's an NFL record. Tom Brady, an NFL record 50 touchdown passes during the regular season. So far they've been held in check by the Giants defense. Let's go down to the field and Chris Myers.
Joe, I just walked out with a very calm and relaxed Bill Belichick. He said, hey, it's basic fundamentals. Our defense is doing some of the things we wanted to. We're improving on third down. Offensively, he said Tom Brady is fine. Probably the biggest problem is what the Giants pass rush and what they're doing to him up front. Their starting right guard, Stephen Neal, unlikely to play in the second half. They need a little more production out of their offensive line. Is this the kind of game, when I asked him, I said, is this the kind of game that your defense will have to win for you? He said, it looks that way.
Another look at the relaxed Bill Belichick as Chris Myers described him. He wasn't relaxed on Wednesday when he lit his team up after a lackluster practice that we witnessed. He really lit into this team. Tom Brady told us that really allows me to just be one of the guys. Bill Belichick can handle the discipline. He's respected in this locker room. Then I can just go, I don't have to break guys down and try and get them to focus. Belichick handles that, and I can just be one of this roster, and you get the feeling that this is a team that would do anything for Tom Brady, and they better start doing something around him because they're not moving the ball at all.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments they were able to make there in the first half that may afford Tom Brady a little bit more protection.
Maroney already has a 43-yard return in this game. He takes this one, and Chase Blackburn meets him around the 20, and they'll mark him at the 21. Let's go down to the field and Pam Oliver.
Well, Joe, Tom Coughlin spoke glowingly about his defense. He says, though, we got to keep getting those hits on Tom Brady. Offensively, he wasn't so complimentary. He said he liked the tempo, but we can't get in the green zone and come away with no points. He says we've got to settle down in there. As for special teams, he says that's a unit that we've got to get something from. He said we need a game-changing play from our special teams. Back to you.
All right, Pam, thank you.
Yeah, and as far as the special teams goes, that is the one area of this team throughout the playoffs that they have gotten a big play in special teams. So far, they've not been able to.
Starting at their own 21, up by 4. Another blitz from the Giants over the middle. It's Welker on the catch and then doing what he does best. First down at the 36, a 15-yard catch and run.
Yeah, you called it, Joe. They bring Jabril Wilson off the defensive left side. You're going to see him here. But as a result, then you got O.C. Umenyiora, 72, who's going to try to come underneath and then keep Wes Welker from being a factor on that short, shallow cross. I mean, you just can't have it. And those are the things that when you bring pressure, you're exposed in some area. That time, New England was able to take advantage.
Maroney. Nice run on first down. Picks up 7. James Butler on the tackle. And we look at a first half comparison, week 17, and the total points, the total yards compared to tonight. 3 points for the Giants, 7 points for the Patriots, and so far it's been the Giants with more total yardage, but they have not been able to get points after getting inside the 30, except for that first field goal. Second down and 3. Brady, that pass is tipped by Strahan. It's an incomplete pass. It was not a lateral. Kevin Falk, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd and 3.
You know, usually a tackle will try to take, well, he did there. He went low, but Strahan not going to the ground, and that's the problem with that quick screen to the wide receiver. If you're not able to get the defensive end's hands down, then he's able to bat the ball the way that Strahan was able to there. The Patriots have had some success with that play in the first half.
3rd down and 3 as the Patriots play without their starting guard, Stephen Neal. Umenyiora got there too late. First down Patriots. Kevin Falk out of the backfield, and Umenyiora was a step too late.
I'll tell you, they're getting plenty of hits on him, though. I mean, Umenyiora just goes right around Matt Light, and you're right. I mean, if he had to hold the ball any longer than what he did there, they would have been able to come away with a sack. But you look at Kevin Falk. I mean, between Wes Welker and Kevin Falk, those are the two guys that Tom Brady is looking for on 3rd downs most of the time.
Been knocked down 8 times, and this is Maroney in the backfield and Umenyiora. A loss of 2 for O.C. Umenyiora, a play in the game following an NFC championship at Green Bay where he wasn't much of a factor.
There's O.C. Umenyiora, Kyle Brady trying to make the block, and he just sheds him. And, you know, O.C. Umenyiora, who was able to get hits. I mean, this is a defense that was not able to create a lot of sacks in their first 3 playoff games. They have been able to do that here tonight. But throughout that time, they were getting hits. O.C. Umenyiora playing very well in this ball game.
Second and 12. Over the middle, Welker makes the catch, takes a seat, picked up 7. And you could hear the pop as they hit Welker hard over the middle of this field.
Yeah, but the one thing about it, Joe, is he just gets a free release. He goes right to the inside, and then Sam Madison lets him go. And when he passes him off, there's got to be a linebacker then looking up Wes Welker. I can't imagine a defense going into a game against the New England Patriots and not being more aware of Wes Welker.
Third down and 5, another blitz. Brady throws. Falk makes the catch, but he's wrapped up short of a first down. And a good play by Antonio Pierce, a middle linebacker, who holds Falk 2 yards short of a first down.
Well, that's a great job by Steve Spagnuolo. As you know, it's a medium length conversion is what New England's trying to get. They bring pressure, force Tom Brady to get the ball out short, and not able to then make the catch and get enough for the first down.
Well, I tell you, the Giants were just fortunate. Here's McQuarters making the play. It looks like Bill Belichick, with that challenge flag in his hand, is thinking about challenging, and he is. Chase Blackburn getting off the field in time. As I said, going to break. Troy circles him. If he doesn't get off the field before the snap, it's 12 men on the field. and the 5-yard penalty is enough for a first down.
And before Bill Belichick decided to challenge that, he was trying to get clarification during that TV timeout as to exactly what the rule is, because he may have had one foot still in the field of play before he got to the sideline.
During our break, he was talking to Larry Rose, the side judge, about it. Here's Mike Carey.
New England is challenging that there were 12 men on the field.
We'll get the call from Mike Carey. It looks, based on that replay, like New England is going to get the penalty called against the Giants and get the ball back.
After review, the Giants had 12 men on the field. That's illegal substitution, 5-yard penalty. The challenge is upheld. New England will not be charged with a team timeout. It will be 1st and 10 on the Giant 39-yard line on this hash first down.
Well, mark this time down in your diary. 11 minutes left in the third quarter, and because Chase Blackburn could not get off the field, this high-powered New England offense gets a first down by penalty at the Giant 39-yard line.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick, I mean, he doesn't miss a trick. I mean, you got to give him credit and the staff credit for seeing that and then being able to challenge it and get the ball back. And then, I mean, you look at Tom Coughlin and you got the pass interference on Antonio Pierce, which sets up that first touchdown for the New England Patriots. And then now your defense does a good job, stops them in special teams, which is where Tom Coughlin thought that they would have an advantage. So far in this game, I mean, it's really hurt them.
First down at the 39. Play action from Brady, who sets up a screen for Maroney. And a good job by Pierce to get off a block and make a play. Gain of only 4. Chase Blackburn is left to stand there and think about what could be a big penalty against New York. 2nd and 11 as Matt Light jumped.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty is still 2nd down.
When you talk about penalties, Troy, that's what Tom Coughlin came to the Giants preaching. We're going to be a low penalized team. We're going to try and avoid injuries. 2 years ago, they set a franchise record for the most penalties in a 16-game season. This year, only 77 penalties, which was the fewest in franchise history. So that hasn't been a problem in 07. It's been a problem tonight. 2nd and 11. Welker, what a good play. Ross, after Webster made him shift.
Yeah, and this was a part of the game plan for the New York Giants, where when Wes Welker got the ball into his hands, they would then be able to make a play on him and get him to the ground. Good job of execution. You know, and right now the Patriots just really have not been able to find their rhythm. I mean, it's so rare that we've seen this from them throughout the course of this year. You know, as explosive as they have been and being able to move up and down the field, but every play has been a struggle here tonight.
Third down and 13. Pressure on Brady. Falk underneath. Makes the catch. And falls forward for a first down. The hit by Johnson pushed him across the marker. 14 yards on 3rd down.
That was the missed tackle out in the flat. They get the ball out here to Falk, and you see there Johnson, he misses, and if he's able to make a tackle there, then there's no question that the New England Patriots are probably going to try to settle for a field goal. Maybe they go for it on 4th down, but a great job of running by Kevin Falk to pick up that first down.
14 yards on 3rd and 13. Most career completions all time in Super Bowl history as Maroney goes nowhere. Reggie Torber, outside linebacker, made the play. It's 2nd and 10.
Well, this is quite a challenge for this New York Giants defense. I mean, you consider how well they have played. I mean, stopping the Patriots at any time is pretty challenging, and they've done a good job throughout this game, and to be able to do it and then see the New England Patriots get the ball back, especially with this kind of field position, if they're able to hold them, that'll be a monumental effort.
2nd and 10. Kyle Brady, the tight end, doesn't get much. Torber out there to make the stop. Brady to the 25, a gain of only 3, 3rd and 7 coming up. The offensive leaders for the Patriots, 131 yards for Brady. Look at what they've done to Maroney, who had really gotten in a groove. 16 yards on 11 carries, and Welker again the leading receiver.
And I think the fact that they've been able to shut down Lawrence Maroney running the football has been the real key. I mean, because they have not had success on the ground, they've been able to pin their ears back and really come after Brady.
Third down and 7. Good jump off the line by Strahan, who gets the sack. Boy, he came flying off the ball, Troy, at the snap. A loss of 6.
Well, he's got such quickness coming off the edge. You can tell working on Nick Kazzer, and it was just no contest. Kazzer not able to get out of his stance in order to get in front of Michael Strahan, and a great job of running Tom Brady down from the backside.
Well, now the defense for the Giants gets another chance, as on 4th and 13, the Patriots will go for it. 15 of 21 in this category during the regular season. 1 for 1 in the postseason. Brady goes to the end zone for Gaffney, and the Giants take over. So New England got another chance, but so did this Giants defense. The penalty on Blackburn does not hurt New York. It's still 7-3. Aerial coverage presented by Budweiser. Outside and up above this retractable roof dome. Meanwhile, controversial decision for sure by Bill Belichick to pass on a 49-yard field goal by Gostkowski, whose career long is 52 yards. Last year in the postseason made a 50-yarder at San Diego. The season long, however, this year 45 yards. So no 49-yard try, Troy.
Well, you just got to believe that he didn't have confidence he could make it and didn't want to give up the field position to the Giants.
As it is, the incompletion, they turn it over at the Giant 31, and we go back to that last play, and Troy, it looks like a big weapon here for the Patriots. Falk, and he comes up limping, and you wonder if it's a pulled hamstring.
Well, that's what it looks like, and if he's not able to go, or if he's not able to go at full speed, I mean, that's a huge loss for this team. Now they're able to absorb it in a lot of different ways, but you know what we've seen of him tonight, I mean, he's been one of the few guys who's been able to make some plays for this Patriot offense.
2nd and 6 for Eli Manning and the Giants. The throw, Toomer. Oh, almost broke free as he got out of a tackle between Harrison and Samuel. Amani Toomer almost had a shot at taking it down the sideline.
Yeah, it's a simple curl route here against Asante Samuel, and does a good job. Eli Manning putting it on his outside shoulder away from coverage. You know, here Amani Toomer, who had his knee reconstructed last year, finally has started to feel pretty good once he's gotten into postseason play. He's had a very good postseason.
On 1st down, Bradshaw doesn't go down easy, picks up 2. NFL.com is the only place online for video highlights of Super Bowl 42. Game highlights exclusively at NFL.com. And now we'll see how this New England defense responds. The number 4 defense in the NFL, and I think, Troy, a group that gets overlooked with all that the offense did during the regular season.
Yeah, and then when would you think that a Bill Belichick coached team would ever have a defense that's overlooked? And I think it speaks to, you know, how great the offense has been. And the defense, you're right, I mean, they've been spectacular throughout the season.
2nd and 8. Manning throws, and Toomer with the catch. Forward progress to the 45-yard line, and it depends on the spot. Mike Carey's going to call for a measurement.
So that's going to be a close one there as to whether or not he was able to get enough yardage. He's right on the line, but you know, you got to like what Eli's doing right now. Comes back with the exact same throw, the route that Amani Toomer had just a couple of plays ago. and just enough to pick up the first down. I mean, for a defense with New England that has been outstanding throughout the regular season and has been outstanding in postseason play, the Giants have been exceptional here tonight on third downs.
Toomer, a torn ACL last year. Prior to that, had really been a security blanket for Eli Manning, but this year had a tough time hanging on to the ball. Made a tough catch there. After getting a hit from that man, Samuel, it's 1st and 10 from the 45. Play action from Manning, who has all day. Down the middle for Burris. Incomplete. Asante Samuel on coverage, and he had help.
You know, Joe, they try to take the shot over the top to Plexico Burris, but watch Amani Toomer. They were so concerned on the other side with Burris that he runs the square in here, and there was nobody around him. That's an 18-yard gain minimum if they're able to get the ball into his hands. They wanted to take a shot. If he's able to get a little more on it, maybe they get it. But they missed an opportunity for a real easy completion there to Toomer.
Asante Samuel, a free agent to be. One of the best in the NFL. 2nd and 10, a handoff to Bradshaw. And Bradshaw's wrapped up eventually by Rodney Harrison. Let's go down to Chris Myers.
Well, Joe, just in case it comes up later in the game, we checked with the medical staff on the Patriot bench, and the kicker, Stephen Gostkowski, is physically fine. He was hitting 50-yarders in pregame. It's not uncommon at that part of the field of the Patriots for them to go for it, so they felt they had a play that worked. Obviously more confidence there. And Kevin Falk, who went to the locker room with a leg injury, has come back on the Patriot bench.
3rd down and 6 here for the Giants. In and incomplete for Burris. Good coverage by Randall Gay.
Well, it was a good stop there for the Patriots defensively. They went too deep, man under coverage. And there you got Randall Gay on Burris, and it looked like maybe if the ball had been thrown a little bit more to the inside, he might have had a shot, but that's great coverage right there by Randall Gay. They were able to get some plays on him earlier in the first half. Does a nice job there with a key stop for this Patriots defense.
41-year-old Jeff Fiegels hits a spiral toward the sideline. We'll see where they mark it. Another good job by Fiegels. Last time the Patriots had it, they passed on the 49-yard field goal try. 14-play, 48-yard drive. They covered over 8 minutes off the clock. Came away with nothing. Worst starting field position for New England in this game, and that call could go either way.
False start. Offense, number 84. Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
They called it on Watson, but watch across from Watson as that movement caused it on the part of the Giants, but Watson backs his team up. And they move it to the 5-yard line, 1st and 15. 19 of the first 41 plays for 0 or negative yardage for this attack by the Patriots. Pressure on Brady, and the ball is tipped. As he got rid of it, Kavika Mitchell was coming on a blitz.
Right now, New England just cannot do anything to slow down this pass rush or the blitzes of the New York Giants. You're going to see Kavika Mitchell just come right over the middle. You know, they put Justin Tuck over the nose. They get those guys occupied, and then they bring Kavika Mitchell right up the middle on Tom Brady.
So far for Mitchell, 6 tackles and a sack, and he was really the only free agent of note that this Giants team added over the offseason. 2nd and 15. Brady throws. Welker with a big catch for New England. They wrestle for the football, and that simultaneous catch would go to the offense. 1st down, New England 16-yard completion.
Well, what a huge first down there for the Patriots, backed up on their own goal line, and long down situation, and again Welker's just able to come off the ball, and they're not challenging him too much at the line of scrimmage, and you give a guy like him a free release. Great hands there, being able to catch a ball that was thrown behind him.
He is just fantastic. 5'9", 185, adjusting on that ball. He's got great quick feet. One point of his life as a soccer player, and it has paid off in his estimation. Maroney over the right side. Picks up 9. Kavika Mitchell on the tackle. We go down to Pam Oliver.
Well, Joe, the Giants are working hard to help the players avoid cramps. When I was standing outside the locker room in halftime, I saw someone rush in a box of bananas. They've also put plenty of them on the sideline, too, to get the players some potassium. Jay Alford, the Giants' backup defensive tackle, has already fallen victim to cramps. The building is pretty humid. It's comfortable, but humid.
Thank you, Pam. 2nd and 1. Maroney left side, nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up half a yard, and then it depends on the spot. You're going to give him enough forward progress, it appears, for a first down, with no signal yet. Now there is from Mike Carey, first down, and there are some of the bananas trying to stay hydrated and trying to figure out a way to beat what is a rather humid night inside this building.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Joe, I mean, as well as the Giants have played defensively here tonight, you just wonder how long are they going to be able to hold up. I mean, they've not gotten a lot of help from the offense. You know, the Patriots are still leading this ball game, and you just sense that at some point the Patriots are going to be able to take advantage.
Here's Welker with a catch into Giants territory to the 49. 19 yards for Wes Welker. He beat Aaron Ross on the play.
Well, this is the guy that Tom Brady's been looking for all season long, and then again here tonight he comes off and you just can't match up with him with one guy. Aaron Ross, they've tried Kevin Dockery, and he's so quick, he's so good at running routes that he's able to get to the inside. Even when you don't want him to get to the inside, you try to keep him from getting in there. He can use a head fake and get across the field, and then pinpoint accuracy there by Brady.
Patriots starting to move the ball now. The 49 to the Giants, first down. Brady to the sideline, and that one got away. Took off out of his hand and over the head of Welker, who was open.
You can tell that ball, you know, it came out high, and it looked like because of his reaction that a route was run that was not the right route, and clearly upset about what just happened there on that play.
It's Matt Light again who moved.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
The word is the sideline for the Giants is working on Corey Webster. And there he is. He has been brilliant in the postseason. 2 interceptions during the postseason. He had the one in overtime at Green Bay that set up the game-winning field goal. He was the first pick, 2nd round by these Giants in 2005. 2nd and 15. Play action. Brady airs it out down the field, and even with the contact, looking for Randy Moss, incomplete. Justin Tuck with late pressure on Brady.
Well, Brady's trying to get the ball into Randy Moss's hands. You see he's by the corner immediately. Now you're one-on-one on a safety. Goes by him, and Tom Brady would have been able to get that ball where it needed to be, but again, he gets hit just as he's letting that ball go. You know, so many times you talk about, well, they're rolling coverage to Randy Moss, but he's so fast that he can get by a corner within 5 yards, and now he's one-on-one on a safety, and that's a mismatch, but they've not been able to take advantage of that coverage tonight.
3rd down and 15. They fake the handoff. They throw it to Stallworth. Madison gets off a block and helps on the tackle. It's 4th down. Butler on the stop. And with 3 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, the clock will wind. It'll be 4th down when we start the 4th quarter. We go to the 4th quarter, and Hansen will punt it. Quarters is waiting deep for the Giants. 7-3 New England. hits over the head of McQuarters and into the end zone. Some of the celebrities who are here tonight: LL Cool J, Kate Hudson, Kurt Russell, Jordan Sparks, who did a great job with our national anthem, Gisele Bündchen, and Frank Caliendo, who has the ability to freak out his kids every morning by waking them up to a different voice. And then Peyton Manning, of course, who won it last year over Chicago, watching his little brother Eli take part in this Super Bowl 42, the 10 combined points through 3 quarters, the second fewest in Super Bowl history. Super Bowl 9, Pittsburgh and Minnesota, 9 points. Manning over the middle, pass is caught. Kevin Boss tripped up at the 35 by Harrison.
Well, they had a great pocket in front of Eli Manning. You're going to see he had plenty of time to throw the football. It's off play action. They get the linebackers then sucking up, which is what opens that lane then there for Bosch. You see the route that he runs, a well-run route. He shapes it to the middle of the field. Eli Manning throws it perfectly. You know, you look at what this rookie has been able to do this postseason. I mean, there's really some great chemistry for no more than they have played between Eli Manning and Kevin Boss. He likes the way he runs routes. He turns the ball loose on time.
That was good for 45 yards. First down at the 35-yard line as Bradshaw is tripped up. Knocked down just outside the 31. Jeremy Shockey is here tonight, and his stomach's got to be all torn up as he's watching his teammates take part in this Super Bowl, and he's not available with a broken leg, watching his understudy Kevin Boss come up with a 45-yard catch.
Well, there are some that have suggested that they're a better football team with Kevin Boss and not Jeremy Shockey. I disagree with that. I think Jeremy Shockey is an explosive player that defenses have to worry about, but Kevin Boss has stepped in and he's done a nice job.
2nd and 7. Handoff is to Bradshaw, and Ahmad to the 29-yard line, good for 3. 3rd down coming up. The leaders for the Giants prior to this 3rd down and 4. Eli Manning, he and his offensive teammates went down and got 3 points to start the game and nothing since.
I think it'll be interesting here if they are able to get any kind of yards but come up short, whether Tom Coughlin would take the field goal or whether or not he would maybe go for it on 4th down.
3rd and 4. Manning slings it to Steve Smith. 1st down at the 12.
Well, he sure doesn't play like a rookie, does he? It's amazing that a guy who missed as much time as he has this year and has just begun playing again over the last few weeks has been able to have the impact that he's had for this football team. Runs a great route, gets inside of the coverage. Eli Manning knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, and when he knows that, he delivers the ball very, very well.
Smith played in 2 BCS championship games, well schooled coming out of USC. Handoff to Bradshaw. Pushes the pile down near the 5, a gain of 7.
You know, Joe, I think we need to give some credit to this offensive line and the job that they have done. For the most part, they've kept Eli Manning upright against an awfully good defensive front and linebacker core for the New England Patriots, and then they've been able to do a good job in the running game for Ahmad Bradshaw, not unlike what they've been able to do for most of the season. This is a group that a lot of people overlook. They don't have any real big names up there that draw a lot of media attention, but they have played well, not just this year, but for many, many years.
2nd and 3. Play action over the middle. Touchdown Giants. David Tyree.
Watch where Eli Manning's able to put this throw. Anything less than a perfect throw there could very easily have been intercepted by Asante Samuel. It's a great drive for the New York Giants.
Giants have regained the lead. 10-7, the Giants leading here in the fourth quarter. David Tyree, who did not have a touchdown all season long, regular season, postseason. He's been to a Pro Bowl as a special team standout, just made the biggest catch of his life. And now Lawrence Maroney trying to get it started for the Patriots. Penalty flag comes flying in as Maroney got it out to the 33-yard line. And David Tyree made that tackle.
During the return, holding by the receiving team, number 71. 10-yard penalty, first down.
After a hold on Russ Hochstein on that return by Maroney, under 11 to play. David Tyree, who made the tackle on that last kick return after the touchdown catch, huffing and puffing over on the bench, wondering if his touchdown will be the difference in Super Bowl 42. Let's go back to the penalty right there by 71 Hochstein. Moves it back to the 11 instead of the Patriots starting at their own 33. Brady throws for Randy Moss, his second catch. And Moss is out to the 28, 17 yards from Tom Brady.
Well, they continue to roll coverage to Randy Moss, but this time he comes off. He's able to run just a lazy slant route and then off the action in the backfield with Tom Brady. It opens up the lane in order for him to put it on him. You got to believe that if the Patriots are going to be able to have any kind of success moving the football, that Randy Moss is going to have to start having a bigger role.
Kevin Falk is back in there. Next to Brady, pass is caught by Welker, making his moves. Matt Light got out there and threw a block, and Welker picks up 3. Madison on the tackle. This drive starting at the 11. It's the third time in the last 4 drives that New England has started inside their own 12. 2nd and 7. And you go back to week 17. Patriots took the lead at 11:06 of the fourth quarter. Giants trying to reverse it here tonight at 11:05, taking the lead, regaining the lead at 10-7. Umanura can't get home, and Moss was open. Brady overthrew him. Tom Brady has been under fire all night, and he has been hit a lot. And now 3rd and 7. Brady under pressure again, stays on his feet, incomplete. Looking for Welker, no flag.
You're going to see O.C. Umanura being able to get the pressure here. They're just not able to give him any help. You'd like to keep a back in there and help out, but because the Giants are bringing blitzers inside, you cannot give help to Matt Light. And then because the throw was coming late, they were fortunate there. Dockery in coverage, but Sam Madison came from the outside and almost intercepted that ball.
Hansen to punt with 9.5 left. Good punt. McQuarters stays in bounds. And they're going to mark him out at the 29. A comparison of the two quarterbacks. Brady has completed 21, thrown for 195. The quarterback rating about even. The only stat that matters in this Super Bowl 42 is 10-7. Giants on top with 9:20 left. Eli Manning was 3 for 3 for 67 yards and a touchdown on that last drive. as Brandon Jacobs runs into a pile and picks up a yard. And so now, as we've talked so much, Troy, about the Giants defense, this is an opportunity for this New England defense to come up with a stop as the Giants try and chew up some of this clock.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, you look at the score in the game right now, and the last thing they can have happen is for the Giants to methodically move the football down the field. I mean, they come away with a touchdown. Now you've got real problems. It's a two-possession game. And so, I mean, this is a critical possession for both teams. I mean, they're not going to be given that many more opportunities, both teams, to have the football and do something with it.
Second down and 9. Manning in trouble. Spins out of it. Dumps it off for Burris and missed him. He was wide open. Eli Manning knows he missed a big one as Plexico Burris had no one around him.
Yeah, Burris let up just a little bit, Joe. I mean, it was a good job of Burris recognizing that Eli was outside the pocket. Scramble rules then apply. And the guy on the outside takes it up the sideline, which is what Burris does, but he throttled it down. And Eli thought that he was going to keep running. But you're right, that would have been a huge gain if they're able to get the ball into his hands.
Instead, the incompletion stops the clock at 8:24, and it's 3rd and 9.
I'm not so sure he doesn't even score if he catches that ball.
A blitz from the Patriots. Manning over the middle for Toomer.
Okay, we're
And
done.
Amani Toomer is a yard shy of a first down. Tom Coughlin will send his punt team onto the field and watch his defense go back to work. It's 4th and 1.
Well, good fortune there for the New England Patriots defensively that they were not able to complete the pass there to Plexico Burris. But having said that, a good stop. I mean, when your defense comes out, you got to make a stop and get the ball back into your offense's hands. That's exactly what they did.
That's a sure-handed solid tackle by Rodney Harrison, which avoided an extra yard and a first down. And now whistles stop play. And it's a clock issue as they now wind the clock. It had stopped, and now it starts up again. And what the Giants can do if they want is let another 19 seconds elapse off the game clock. So much time's left on the play clock, and instead they snap it with 13 seconds left. Feagles hits it, and a fair catch called for just inside the 20 by Welker. We at Fox Sports salute John Johnson, who since 1948, 60 years, has been a Giants athletic trainer on the sideline, taping ankles, doing everything that trainers do to get these players ready, and he will hang it up at the conclusion of this Super Bowl. While the Giants lead it by 3 points. John Mara watching from a luxury suite while his defense is back on the field. What a job they've done tonight. Quick throw low and caught by Welker out to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5. Mitchell on the tackle for the Giants.
I'll tell you, they're doing such a good job of getting pressure on Tom Brady that he is very quick to get the ball out. He just knows that he's not going to be afforded any time to be able to sit back there and find anybody down the field. If he had had more time throughout this game, there's some things that they could have potentially got to with Randy Moss that would have taken advantage of even the rolled coverage in his direction. But this defensive pass rush has been relentless.
The touchdown came on their first drive for New England. Here's Moss, 3rd catch, makes a move, has a first down. Welker leads the way with 9 catches for New England. And that time Tom Brady had a little time to find the open receiver.
Yeah, they did a good job of shoring up the middle there with Justin Tuck trying to come up inside, and then Randy Moss. I mean, there's very few coverages that he is ever going to get that he hasn't seen. You know, you talk to Bill Belichick, he said he's the smartest wide receiver that he's ever coached. There's not a route that he can't run or a ball that he can't catch.
Maroney over the left side. Gets to the edge, stays on his feet, and is out of bounds right at the marker. They'll mark him half a yard short of a first down. Picked up 9+, and Butler there to force him out. Troy, Tom Brady has 28 career game-winning drives to lead his team to a victory from a fourth quarter deficit or tie, and he's done it in all 3 Super Bowls that he's won. And you can go to NFL.com after the game for live exclusive post-game coverage, game highlights, interviews, analysis, and much more, only at NFL.com. On 2nd and 1, Welker over the middle, down inside the 45-yard line of the Giants to the 43. 10th catch for Wes Welker.
And most of the catches that he has made just have been very easy receptions on his part. Aaron Ross is in man coverage on him, and he just stays off. I guess just worried that he's going to be able to run by him, or he's expecting some inside help. But whatever it was, there was a huge void there in that area where Wes Welker was. And if there's a void in the middle of the field, Wes Welker's going to find it.
Umanura just gassed coming off the field. Tom Brady 3 for 3 on this drive. Brady to the sideline, hits Falk, who's forced out by Pierce after a gain of 4.
Well, now you're finally starting to see New England get into some kind of rhythm. And as you said, Joe, this is not uncharted territory for them. I mean, you think back to, yeah, the Super Bowl games that they've been a part of, some of the playoff games, but also this year. I mean, the pressure mounted each and every week for them to go out and find a way to win games. They did that against against Philadelphia late. They did that against Baltimore. I mean, they have been battle tested in these situations.
Part of the reason why Brady has time might be that this defensive line and pass rush is worn out. As Welker makes the catch and has a first down inside the 30. 10 yards, catch number 11 for the dynamic Wes Welker.
And it just goes back to what Steve Spagnuolo said the other day, that, you know, we have got to be able to get Wes Welker on the ground when he catches the ball. He came into the game this season. He'd led the National Football League in yards after the catch, and they, for the most part, have not been able to do that, particularly on this drive.
3rd catch on this drive for Welker. First down, New England. Four-man rush. Brady throws low for Stallworth. You know what's at stake? The Patriots 18-0 on the season. Trying for the 2nd perfect season in NFL history, and Tom Brady within that. As you look at his numbers, is trying to win his 4th Super Bowl, which would tie Terry Bradshaw and Joe Montana for the most Super Bowl wins ever by a starting quarterback. So far he's 3 for 3. But having to come from behind here tonight late. 2nd and 10. Play action. Brady lobs it from Moss. And Moss is tackled inside the 20. First down, New England. Antonio Pierce on the stop.
Yeah, that's that area of the field where they have been able to get the ball into the hands. That's play action there to Lawrence Maroney. And because of that, you're able to get the linebackers up. They've had some success off the play action, and it creates that lane for Tom Brady to be able to get the ball into his hands.
And now Tuck has to come off and catch his breath. First down, New England over the middle. There's Falk. First down inside the 10. Butler on the tackle, a gain of 12. And now Fred Robbins can't get up.
Well, you'll see Wes Welker, he just comes up, or excuse me, Kevin Falk, he just comes up and then runs an option route. And so he's running an option route on Antonio Pierce, and you see the move that he's able to make on him there. It's just not much of a matchup for the New York Giants trying to stop Kevin Falk, who runs routes basically like a wide receiver.
So much left to be determined in this game. 10-7 the Giants lead, 3:12 left. Brady 7 for 8 for 65 yards on this drive. 3 to Welker, 2 to Falk, 2 to Randy Moss. They fake the delayed handoff. Brady throws. He had Moss open and missed him. 2nd and goal.
Pretty good play fake there by Tom Brady. They're trying to work the back line in the slot. He comes back late to Randy Moss. Had him open. You can see Corey Webster, the move that Moss was able to put on him, but Tom just rushed that throw. There's Gaffney. That's where they were trying to go with the football. Just good coverage. They thought off the play action they could get not only the linebackers but safety as well to bite on the action.
2nd and goal. A blitz. Brady throws behind Welker. It's 3rd and goal. With 2:45 remaining in this game. And James Butler can't get up. And not only is the left forearm or wrist a problem for Butler, but you have to believe these defensive players for the Giants who've been out there quite a bit tonight and have done a terrific job are happy for this little break to catch their breath.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you look at Tom Brady here and it's just remarkable, you know, how cool and calm he is when the game's on the line. I mean, on the biggest stage. And we talked about some of the comebacks that he's been a part of, you know, in these Super Bowls and playoff games, but you watch him enough times, it's amazing. You know, they're down 3 points and you don't know that you're going to get another opportunity to come away with any more points or another drive, and yet he's out there throwing it just like we've seen if they had been leading by 14.
This will be the 12th play of the drive. 10 passes, 1 run. So the run isn't working and they've all but abandoned it down the stretch, and now they're faced with 3rd and goal with the ball just inside the 7. I'll say it again. Brady 28 career game-winning performances to lead his team to a victory, a 4th quarter deficit or tie, and he accomplished that in all 3 of his Super Bowl wins to this point. It's 3rd down and goal. Brady throws. Moss, touchdown. A methodical drive put together by the game's best, Tom Brady. Patriots lead by 4. These two hooked up a record 23 times during the regular season, and now this to take a 4th quarter Super Bowl lead.
Well, Corey Webster was in trouble as soon as he started backpedaling off the line of scrimmage. They doubled Wes Welker on the inside, and they left Corey Webster one-on-one on Randy Moss. And it just wasn't a match. You know, Corey Webster, you said it, Joe, the guy's been terrific throughout the postseason. He's been phenomenal. He's made a lot of big plays. Just not able to match up one-on-one on Randy Moss in that situation down there in the goal line.
We saw Junior Seau, who unretired 2 years ago. He lost Super Bowl 29 with San Diego to the 49ers 13 years ago. He was injured last year with a broken forearm, and now Here he is with his team up by 4 with 2 minutes 42 seconds left, and the Giants about to get it back with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. How about that for the Giants?
And I think when you look at Eli Manning and some of the things that he's been able to do in those situations, I think that he really tends to shine in the no huddle. I mean, when he's able to call the plays, he is very good at it for most part.
Hickson on the return. He had a touchdown returning a kick against New England during the regular season as Ray Ventrone makes the play after just a 14-yard return. He came in like a missile.
Yeah, it's a great job by New England with their kickoff coverage team not wanting to give good field position to the New York Giants. They needed to have a play, and they were able to get one.
They mark Hickson down at the 17-yard line, and here comes Eli Manning trying to answer Tom Brady.
Well, every quarterback dreams of being in this position. The Super Bowl on the line, down 4 points, trying to take your team down and win the game.
Extra men on the rush as the pass is complete to Toomer. He's got a first down with an 11-yard gain from Eli Manning.
And the good thing for the New York Giants is there's still plenty of time. They're going to get the 2-minute warning. They still have all of their timeouts, and that's why you don't see them in any bigger hurry than what they are right now.
Low snap. Manning over the middle, too high for Plexico Burress, who has only 1 catch all night. He's their big play threat. Been bothered by an ankle and now a knee, and he has been shut down by this New England defense.
Now this was a little bit of a dangerous throw where he put that one with, you got Merriweather who's coming down on it as well. Anytime you start throwing the ball over the middle of the field like that a little bit late, generally some bad things can happen.
2nd and 10. 4 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. Manning backpedaling as he throws high and incomplete. Harrison making a play on the ball. Pass intended for Burress. Aerial coverage tonight presented by Budweiser here at Super Bowl 42. It's a 4-point game. Tom Brady just took the Patriots down the field, Troy, and now we see what the response will be from the Giants offense and Eli Manning.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a big down, but it's a big down if they get the first down. Obviously they keep it, but if they don't and they're able to get some big yards and just short of the first down, then I think Tom Coughlin's going to be faced with the decision. Now they do have 3 timeouts left. If they don't think it's realistic that they can convert then on 4th, I got to believe that they're going to punt. But what happens on this play, even if they don't get a first down, is going to be big in determining what they do on 4th down.
3rd down and 10. Another low snap. Manning backpedaling, completes to Toomer, and it depends on the spot.
And in this situation, I know as a quarterback, you'd like to run. You want a spot. You want a measurement on this to see whether or not you got the first down.
Mike Carey has initially signaled 4th down, but he will grant a measurement. It's close enough. It looks like on our line, which is unofficial. As you see the replay of it, our line is unofficial that Toomer was just inches short. He's short by that much, and here is that decision. It's 4th down.
Yeah, and they're going to go for it, and I think this is the right decision. I mean, you get here, you have 1 shot at it, and you'd like to think that 4th and 1, with the game on the line, that you can come up with the necessary yards to pick this up.
A slow motion, super slow motion replay of the catch by Toomer. Here we go. Brandon Jacobs looked like he got it with that last effort with his right arm.
And I'm not so sure that if they're not going to measure here, you don't call timeout if you're the Giants to preserve some time.
A minute 22 left. They do stop the clock. They have not signaled that it's a Giant timeout, and Mike Carey signals first down. So by this last effort with the right arm, Jacobs got it.
Yeah, and they benefited by the fact that Mike Carey had to look and determine whether or not they picked up the first down. The clock now is, well, they still haven't started it up. It looked like they had started the clock, but that kept the Giants from having to burn a timeout.
They actually put more time back on the clock, 6 seconds, as Manning steps up and is brought down by Adalys Thomas from behind. The ball came out, and the Giants keep it. A 5-yard run by Eli Manning, and the Giants keep the football. Adalys Thomas caught up to Eli Manning.
Yeah, and you see that Eli's loose with the ball as he's running out, and Adalys Thomas, when he was coming in behind him, he was trying to go for the football to get it loose. You see there, I mean, how Eli Manning's then able to recover. This thing's in the back of his legs once he goes to the ground.
Manning had it, lost it when he hit the ground, and Tom Coughlin all the way out onto the field to signal for the timeout. Let's talk about Coughlin. Here's a guy who basically at the end of an 8-8 year last year and a loss in the wild card round to the Eagles had to go in and tell the powers that be with the Giants why he should keep his job. They start 0-2 this season. They're losing big at Washington week 3. There's been a lot said and done about the turnaround. They win 6 straight. They're a number 5 seed here in the Super Bowl. He has done a brilliant job, and these guys have completely bought in as he has taken them to the Super Bowl.
Well, you look at what he did when he was at Boston College, what he did there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, he's won everywhere he's been. It was only a matter of time before he was able to do it here.
Time almost ran out on him. 2nd down and 5. Manning hit as he let it go, and Asante Samuel came close to a game-ending interception.
Well, that's about as demonstrative as you're going to see Eli Manning. I mean, it looked like he was expecting something else on the outside on that route. I mean, Eli, he's going to get some pressure. You got Rodney Harrison coming off the edge. He floats it up, but I don't know if he thought that Tyree was going to take it a little bit deeper or should have taken it deeper. But they're fortunate that Samuel didn't intercept that one.
3rd down and 5. Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet, airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree inside the 25, and a timeout taken.
Oh my God. This ball's thrown, and Tyree just goes up for it like a basketball player. Harrison trying to knock it down. And Eli, man, I don't know how he got out of there. I thought he was on the ground, and then he came out of the pile and just slings it. That's a great catch by David Tyree.
And now with 59 seconds left, the Giants needing a touchdown. The ball is at the New England 24. Pressing it against his helmet as he goes to the ground and not dropping it is David Tyree, who has the only touchdown tonight for the Giants.
Well, Rodney Harrison was in position behind Tyree, and when the ball came out, it looked like it was going to be overthrown and that Rodney Harrison was going to have an easy interception. And David Tyree went up and somehow was able to make the catch. And that was after somehow Eli Manning was able to avoid the sack.
32-yard completion to Tyree on 3rd and 5. First down at the 24. rush. Eli Manning. Adalius Thomas brings down Manning. No gain as Manning got back to the line of scrimmage, and the Giants used their final timeout with 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that one hurt. Adalius Thomas is able to come around the edge. He's been working David Deal pretty good throughout this game. He comes underneath, and Eli Manning just hung into the pocket a little bit too long. You know, sometimes you start getting a false sense of protection, and once that clock goes off in your head, you got to get out of there. And had he have gotten out of the pocket sooner than what he did, he had some open space to pick up a pretty good gain. But, you know, because he goes down, then they're having to burn their last time out.
2nd down and 11. As they marked Manning down at the 25. Eli Manning tonight, 17 of 31, 230 yards, a touchdown, an interception, sacked 3 times, knocked down 4 times.
And all Michael Strahan and Antonio Pierce can do is stand there and watch.
Same with Brady on the other sideline. Thomas coming again. This one flutters up and somehow nearly caught by Tyree, who lost it on his way to the ground. It's 3rd and 11.
You know, here on this possession, they've been able to get some pressure on Eli Manning. There's Tyree, and the ball came out after he got hit. You're right, he almost able to make the catch, but you know, right now I think it'd be a good time for a screen. As much pressure as what they've been able to get on Eli. They haven't run many screens here tonight, but I know they've got an inside screen to Brandon Jacobs that has been successful for them, but it might help neutralize some of this rush.
3rd down and 11. Manning to the sideline, completes, and Steve Smith is out of bounds right at the marker.
Yeah, Steve Smith doing a great job of knowing exactly where he was on the field and being able to catch that ball, stay in bounds, watch where he is there, and know exactly where he had to get the first down before going out of bounds and being able to stop the clock. Great play, great awareness by a young player.
So Smith got the first down. The ball inside the 14. 39 seconds left. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York. (17-14) Giants.
Tell you, Joe, you take a look at this route here by Plexico Burris. A great job. Ellis Hobbs in coverage. He starts to the inside just enough to sell the slant, and then he goes to the corner. They call that the slant and go route, sluggo route, and it worked beautifully. Eli Manning puts a little pump fake on him to get him to bite, and then goes to the corner. I tell you, Peyton Manning, when Eli Manning talked to him about, got any advice for me, and Peyton Manning said, I think you're beyond me giving you any more advice. And that shot of Peyton Manning, as much as that win last year for the Colts and him winning his first Super Bowl a year ago, I get the feeling he's a little happier tonight than what he might have even been back then.
Plexico Burris had been held down all night. As big a reason why the Giants got past the Packers in the NFC Championship game with his 11 catches, 151 yards. Did not have a catch the entire second half, 2 all night. But None bigger in his career. With 35 seconds left, the Giants lead by 3. However, Tom Brady and this Patriots offense will have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, needing a field goal to tie. Maroney on the return. Gets to the 25, and that's all. Zach Diassi. His dad, Steve, was a starting linebacker for the Giants in Super Bowl 25, is downfield to make the tackle. And with 29 seconds left, here comes Tom Brady.
And these will be the longest 29 seconds of Eli Manning's life. And 29 seconds with 3 timeouts is an eternity for Tom Brady.
For a 52-yard field goal, the Patriots would have to get it to the 34-yard line of the Giants. On first down, Gaffney, the intended receiver, incomplete. Aaron Ross was in coverage. 25 seconds left. At stake is the perfect season, 18-0. At stake for the New York Giants, their 3rd Super Bowl win. Tom Coughlin finally getting past a conference championship game to get to the Super Bowl. We've seen 3 lead changes here in this final quarter. 2nd and 10. Brady goes down. Jay Alford, a rookie. And the Patriots take their first timeout with 19 seconds left.
Yeah, another rookie for the New York Giants. You think about Steve Smith, Ahmad Bradshaw, now Jay Alford. He comes right up the middle. You know, they've been rotating these defensive linemen throughout the game, keeping them fresh, bringing in Jay Alford, Justin Tuck, Osi Umenyiora, and they have been able to get the pressure on Brady as a result of keeping these guys fresh and coming after him.
Steve Spagnuolo, who just backed out of the picture. His defense continues to play well. Bill Belichick got the Cleveland Browns head coaching job mainly off his efforts and the Giants' defensive efforts in Super Bowl 25 in that victory over Buffalo, slowing down Jim Kelly and company. Spagnuolo has done a brilliant job to this point. 3rd and 20. Brady rolls, heaves. Moss downfield, broken up by Webster. 10 seconds left, and Corey Webster's outstanding postseason continues.
Yeah, they moved Tom Brady so that he can buy some time to allow Moss to get down the field, and you just run out of arm strength. I mean, as you can tell, Randy Moss, he had a couple steps and he still had some left. I mean, he could have gone after that ball if it was able to get out further in front of him. But you're talking about a 70, 75-yard throw. I mean, I don't care who you are. Tom Brady can throw it as well as anybody, but it just got out of reach for him.
And so now, even with the clock stopped with 10 seconds, Brady spends the 2nd timeout of the half for New England. Brady steps up, throws, downfield, broken up. 2 seconds left as the Giants take over. They run out the clock. They put 1 second back on the scoreboard. Bill Belichick is willing to jog out to the middle of the field. Again, 1 second is remaining on the scoreboard. The celebration started and now will stop as Eli Manning and the offense is trying to get everybody off the field. There is 1 second left on the scoreboard.
Well, good luck getting everybody off this field.
I mean, there are fans out there, there are photographers, and this officiating crew is trying somehow to restore order before Eli Manning gets one last snap and kneels down to win the Super Bowl. Bill Belichick is leaving the field. And nobody from New England right now is out on the field, just the Giants offense. Now a couple of defensive players trickle on. The official word from the NFL is a play has to be run. But it appears it will be run with Bill Belichick up the tunnel. And the New York Giants 1 second away from pulling off this upset. Eli Manning, 19 of 34, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 to Tyree, 1 to Burris, 1 interception. Toomer 6 catches. The Giants defense 5 sacks. The Giants have won the Super Bowl. Down there in the middle of all that is Pam Oliver. Pam.
Yeah, Joe, with all the confetti and Plexico Burris. Plexico, you did your thing, coming up clutch for your team when they needed it most. How on earth does this feel?
Man, it's the greatest feeling in professional sports. I mean, for us to come out here and win a world championship tonight, nobody gave us a shot. I mean, can somebody give our defense some credit? I mean, them guys went out there and played phenomenal. Well, we just hung in there on offense, kept executing, never got down on ourselves, and you know, it came down to one play and we made it.
Xlii gave you the biggest compliment. I said, who's the MVP? And he said it's Plexico Burris. He's been hurt all year. How have you been able to muster up, you know, just everything you need to not only be effective, but be just huge for your team?
I mean, you know, I got to give credit to God. I mean, for him to be bringing me out here every Sunday, keeping me healthy, just healthy enough to go out and compete. And I just said, God, if I can go out here tonight and compete, I just be so thankful. But for us to come out here and get a win, man, it just means so much.
Thank you, Plexico.
Jeff Fiegel's taking it all in with his family. Eli Manning winning the Super Bowl a year after his big brother Peyton won the Super Bowl with the Colts. It will go down as one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history as the Giants win it by 3. Well, you heard Plexico Burris before emotions got the better of him, saying nobody gave this Giants team any credit or any hope coming in. We had seen too much during the postseason with the 3 wins at Tampa, at Dallas, and then at Green Bay to write them off, and they played a brilliant ball game here tonight.
There's no question, Joe. I know coming into the game we thought that there was a chance this could be a heck of a football game, and it turned out to be that because all the things that had to happen for the Giants really happened. Defensively, they were spectacular in getting after Tom Brady, pressuring him, taking advantage of the opportunities they had. And what can you say about Eli Manning? I mean, when the game was on the line and he had to take the team down the field and score a touchdown to put them ahead, he was able to do that. For a guy who's been so heavily scrutinized throughout his career, this season has the big game the last week of the season against the Patriots. That gets him on track going into the playoffs. He's been brilliant, and it's a great win, obviously, for this New York Giants franchise.